Spirit helps us
here's
in
a
our
video
weakness.
This
For
is how
we
to
do
renumber
not know
points in
what to pray
Excel.
for as we ought. Aren't you glad an apostle said that?
I have a job. We flew a drone.
Even an apostle said what? We do not know what to pray for.
Surveyor.
Now, if some of you are like me, we were kind of raised in settings where people said, God will always answer your prayers as long as you pray in accord with God's will.
Digital elevation model.
Great.
And I created a boundary in there.
One little problem here.
So I can do these points.
I want to know what?
Function called Q points.
What is God's
Takes
will?
points at every
I mean,
level I ask it to.
He's the king of the universe. He knows the end from the beginning. I'm just this human being. I don't even know if I will walk out of the sanctuary alive. Who am I to stand up to God and say, I know how you should run the universe?
740.
So how do I pray? And even the apostle says, we don't know how to pray. So what happens? Again, Romans 8:26, we do not know what to pray for as we ought, but what happens? The Spirit Himself intercedes for us with groanings too deep for words. Verse 27. And He who searches hearts knows what is in the mind of the Spirit, because the Spirit intercedes for the saints in accordance with what? The will of God. Now this is amazing. Jesus is encouraging us to pray according to what pleases, glorifies, brings honor to His name. And I say, I don't always know how to do that. I mean, I'm just praying for the job. I'm just praying for my wife to get better. How do I pray in accordance with the will of God? And Jesus is saying, I know it may sound silly, the Spirit takes the wheel. The Holy Spirit will take our prayers and conform them to the will of God with groanings too deep to utter, with conviction and yearning that's even beyond my ability to form the words. It's not that I don't say what I desire, but even as Jesus said, Lord, not my will, but your will be done, we are praying, God, this is what I think, but you by your Spirit must take control. And I yield to that.
There you go.
I think of it this way. I spent last week with my mom, and again had the opportunity to remember, what she did when she decorated cakes. How she would take that icing syringe or that piping funnel, and she would just kind of glop in the icing, right? Just glop it in one end. And at the other end of this syringe, there's that wonderful decorator tip.
So I'm going to go to E.
And what I think is, I think our prayers are like the glop.
2, 3, 7, 4, 8.
And the Holy Spirit is the decorator tip. That is taking our prayers, and as we offer them to God, is conforming them to God's will. So